Welcome to HGVAS Academy. We are continuing the lecture series of discussing the UPSC exams questions. So in the last lecture, in the last video, we discussed the questions from CDS exam, and today we'll continue this series. So this question number 27. Excess total of expenditure of government over its total receipts excluding borrowing known as option A primary deficit, option B fiscal deficit, option C current deficit, option D capital deficit. The correct answer is option B, that is your fiscal deficit. So what is this fiscal deficit? It is nothing but fiscal deficit is equal to total expenditure minus revenue receipt plus disinvestment, sale of its assets, recovery of loans. That means this section is, that is disinvestment, sale of its assets and recovery of loans is nothing but your capital receipts. Capital receipt without your borrowings. So fiscal deficit is nothing but your borrowing by the government. Okay, so the total expenditure will cancel out all these things, but the remaining thing that will leave is your borrowing by the government, and the fiscal deficit become your borrowing by the governments. And what is your primary deficit? Primary deficit is fiscal deficit minus interest payment. Okay, the interest paid by government to those loans which are brought by government. So if we minus or we subtract this interest payment from the fiscal deficit, we'll get primary deficit. So the correct answer is your fiscal deficit. Question number 28. Exchange rates state the value of one currency in terms of other currencies. Which one of the following statements with respect to the exchange rate of currency is correct? Statement 1, that is option A, floating exchange rates are rates in which the government interfere by buying or selling their currencies. Statement B, fixed exchanges are rates set by government decisions and maintained by government actions. Option C, under the Bretton Woods system, the exchange rates are floated in terms of rise or fall in the price of gold. Option D, under the classical gold standard, the exchange rates are fixed in terms of price of dollar. So the correct answer is option B, that is fixed exchange rates are rates set by government decisions and maintained by government actions. So what is this exchange rate? It is a theory, set a rule governing the exchange of domestic currencies with your foreign currencies. So there are two types, your floating exchange and your fixed or pegged exchange. Floating or flexible exchange is the exchange rate determined by the market force of demand. If rupees weaken, it is called depreciation and makes the export cheaper to the foreign buyer. Okay, so in floating exchange rate, the exchange rate is determined by your market. If market value goes up, then the exchange rate will also increase. If it goes down, then the floating exchange will also decrease. So in this case, in this floating exchange rate regime, if rupee will be weakened by your dollar or rupee weakens, then the term used for this weakening of rupee is called depreciation. And this depreciation makes the export cheaper. Okay, in this situation, in this depreciation condition, the sufferer will be the importer. Okay, but in case of your fixed or pegged exchange rate, the central bank of a country decide the exchange rate of local currency to foreign currency. In a Bretton Woods system, US agreed to fix the rate of dollar with gold. Next question, which mega public sector undertaking is designated with Navaratna status? Option A, IOCL, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Option B, Gas Authority of India Limited. Option C, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. And option D, Bharat Electronics Limited. And the correct answer will be Bharat Electronics Limited, because Bharat Electronics Limited is your Navaratna company and all others are your Maharatna. So as you can see, this is a list of your Navaratna status companies. Under that, Bharat Electronics Limited is there. It is one of your Navaratna companies. At present, there are 16 Navaratna companies and the list is provided here. You can see this thing. And the Maharatna status is given to 8 Maharatna companies. Those are your CHEL, Coal India Limited, Gas Authority of India Limited, IOCL, NTPC, ONGC, SAIL, and BPCL. Okay, so to get Maharatna status, the company must have Navaratna status and the annual turnover to be more than 25,000 crore during last 3 years, and the average annual net worth of more than 15,000 crore during last 3 years. And other conditions are the average annual net profit after tax of more than 5,000 crore during last 3 years, and it should have significant global presence and international operations. Okay, it should have global presence also. And it should be listed in the stock market according to your SEBI regulations. So in this question, the correct answer is your Bharat Electronics Limited, BEL. Next, we'll solve the question from CAPF exam 2021. So in this question number 60, they are asking, on the basis of employment conditions, the economy is divided into A, organized and unorganized sector, B, private and public sector, C, seasonal and disguised sector, D is your primary and secondary and tertiary sector. So the correct answer is your organized and unorganized sector. On the basis of your employment condition, the sectors of economy is classified into organized and unorganized sectors. On the basis of your nature of job, it is classified into primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. And on the basis of your ownership, it is classified into private and public sector. So see this question number 120. Which of the following states ranked first on Sustainable Development Goal released by your Niti Aayog? Option A, Himachal Pradesh. Option B, Tamil Nadu. Option C, Kerala. Option D, Goa. Correct answer is option C, Kerala. This Sustainable Development Goal Index is released by your Niti Aayog, and it is developed in collaboration with your United Nations in India. Niti Aayog launched its index in 2018 to monitor the country's progress on the goals through data-driven assessment and foster a competitive spirit among the states and union territories. Okay, and it computes the 16 SDGs. Based on their ranks, the districts are classified into the states and union territories are classified into aspirant states, performer, frontrunner, and achiever. Okay, so according to the current data, Kerala comes in the top ranking in the third edition of this Sustainable Development Goal Index with a score of 75. And Tamil Nadu and Himachal Pradesh comes in second and third with score of 72. And the worst performing states are your Bihar, Jharkhand, Assam. So accordingly, in global level, the SDG is provided by the SDG index is provided by SDSN, that is Sustainable Development Solution Network. And according to this, Finland was ranked highest in the index, and India secured 120th out of 165 countries with a score of 60.1. So the correct answer would be option C, that is Kerala. This is it. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, then please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel